Okay guys, another video at this angle, because, well, that's the easiest way for it to fit on my bench. Onto the front pump now. We're actually getting somewhere, getting pretty close. So, today we're going to be doing the boost valve mod on the pump, and that is in part of what we did with the case in a couple episodes ago. Also going to be replacing a few other wearables. So, here we go, guys. Let's jump into it. Okay, to get started with the boost valve mod, we actually need to get this valve out. There's a roll pin on this back side and there's a C-clip on this side. There's a spring in between, so we'll try to compress it a little bit and get this C-clip off. Are you going to be big enough? The tool that I'm using is a C-clamp with the flat spot taken off. Hopefully that'll work. Okay. Will it be out of my way? There we go. Okay, I'm out of space. Just gonna have to hope this doesn't throw itself off. Wow. That worked perfect. Pay attention to the way it comes apart. The front came out, and then the valve, and like this. There's more to that guy, but I'm leaving it all alone. I don't have a reason to touch any of that, I don't think. What we're interested in is this guy. Hold on to him, but off to the side. This guy, we need to make a modification to. So we need to grind a flat spot in this bigger piece here. About a 1/4 inch is all we need to grind off and make it about a 1/4 inch long flat spot. That's what we need. The reason for that is it's going to allow some fluid to bypass inside of here. You can see there's some holes. It'll allow some fluid to bypass in some of those areas. And what it'll do is it'll hold the pump at a static pressure, and I believe it holds it at 155 psi. Is my understanding. This is my understanding of the way this mod works. I just know that it was one of the things that needs to be done when doing a full manual mod, and what it does is it keeps this along with the case plugging of a hole that we did in the previous video. That keeps the pressure from skyrocketing when putting the transmission into reverse, because you're feeding reverse and the other's the same. I don't know everything about the way this works, but basically all I know is that it needs to be done in order to keep the pressures from going 300 plus while in reverse. It just helps the transmission last longer. It doesn't slam into reverse so hard, that sort of thing. So that's what we're doing. So I get the grinder out and we'll get to work. Okay, so that's it. Sure that you can, hopefully you can see, got that flat spot in it. About a 1/4 inch long. Just ground them on down. Should be enough to let some fluid pass. Go ahead and put this back in just to make sure. Do not think you guys will be able to see this little, yeah, you can see it a little bit in there. How he's got a little bit of room for letting the fluid pass him. So, alright. We can stick this guy back in. Throw some fluid on him. I did clean him off and stuff with the mineral spirits. Oh, we don't want to put him back in without this guy. Okay, I think we're good there. So there's that mod. Now what we still need to do is replace some of these sealing rings and maybe this thrust washer, I'm not sure yet. Okay, I don't have a different one of these anyway, so I guess we're just gonna reuse it. So what most people do is they'd actually take apart this pump. Man, I really don't want to. Probably ought to. The thing is, when you take stuff apart, you find what's wrong with them, and you gotta fix it, and I don't mess with it, man. So I don't think I'm going to. I'm just gonna leave the pump together. Not gonna check it. It used to work, so I'm just gonna stick with it because I know I'll find something bad in there. And ignorance is bliss, man. So next thing, one of the things we ought to do is replace these bushings in here. They're right along the shaft connected to the front drum, the forward drum. But I don't have any good ones because of all the debauchery. I don't have any good ones because of all of the issues I had with the sun gear shaft. I used up all my good ones. The ones that are in there really don't look too bad, so I really don't feel too bad reusing them because they're really not in horrible shape. And then the last thing we'll do is replace the sealing, the seal here. Okay, so one more thing I found that we got to do too is actually replace the seal around here.
do is tap it in.
I can do that.
New seal. All good. Now onto this outer seal. Okay guys, that about does it for the front pump here. I know I should take it apart and I'm going to probably regret it later, but just done caring about that situation. So, now all that's left is going to be modifications to the valve body and then getting our intermediate clutches set up, but we'll do those whenever we actually start assembling. So that'll be the very last thing we do, is going to be assemble the actual transmission itself. So that makes fucking sense that it would be the last thing. So, alright, next thing up is going to be the valve body, so we'll see that in another episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Give it a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you disliked it. Leave a comment in the comment area. Don't forget to subscribe, and I think that's it. We got only a couple more episodes on the th400, so hold in there. Okay, so to get started with the boost valve mod, to get started with the boost valves mod. Here we go, guys. Let's do this. So here we go, guys. Just one step. Here we go, guys. Just one step closer. Just one step closer. Could you give me another mojito? So here we go, guys. Let's get into it. So here we go, guys. Do work. One of those, I guess.